Hey everyone, this is Ham the Guinness Gamer here, bringing you more Myth of Empires content. Today's video is going to be about taming horses. So before I get into that, all the normal stuff, if you like this video, give me a subscribe and a like. I'm a fairly new channel, so blah blah blah. I'd be grateful for that. But for now, I'm going to get straight into taming horses. Now, if you look at your crafting recipes here, go to Tame and Recruit, you'll unlock the ability to tame your first horse at level 14, because that is when you'll be able to unlock this crafting recipe, and it'll unlock your ability to make a crude rein and crude hay. All you need is those two things to tame a horse. Now, as you get a higher level, you'll unlock higher level reins, higher level hay that allows you to tame higher level horses, and horses with better traits and such. But no matter what level you are, as long as you're above level 14, you can tame some kind of horse, and I would recommend you do as soon as possible, like once you hit level 14, for obvious reasons. But the horse essentially increases your carrying capacity, so increases your ability to gather, and it also increases your speed, of course. So that's important for being able to traverse across the map, because there's no way of actually fast traveling in the game with your equipment. So a horse becomes very, very important, and it becomes something that you use all the time once you get it. So I have went out in the wilds here, and I've spied myself a horse. And you can see him walking down there. The first thing you need to do before you actually come out to go find your horse, you need to craft those crude reins, and I craft a couple, and you craft the hay as well. And the hay is, well, I'll show you what they're used for shortly. At the minute I'm making these hay bales, which are fairly far on, but they work exactly the same way as the early ones do. So I am going to get off my horse first of all. I am doing this live, so it may not go perfectly. I may not even be able to tame him, but I will show you exactly how it is done. So first of all, I have noticed that my armor can often, if you're wearing heavy armor, it can spook the horse a wee bit, because the first stage here is I am going to sneak up on the horse. So I am going to take off my armor and hit C so that I'm crouching. Alright, and the thing you need to do is, I'm going to take this out. So you need to select your hay or whatever you're using to, I'm just looking around me here because I know there's a big cheetah up there and he's potential to kill me while I'm trying to tame this horse. So you take your hay out, you put it to your bar down below, as I've done there, and I am number 7 there that I have selected. I am sneaking up on this horse, and I'm going to throw the hay in front of the horse. So that essentially it's like a Pokeball, except it doesn't capture the horse. You throw it to the horse and it attracts it, and it goes over to eat the hay, and it distracts it, and it also gives it a wee bit less of of being spooked. Unfortunately, he has walked into an area where I can't see him very well to work out exactly where he is and where to throw it. If you get too close to him, he will run away. So there he is down there. So I'm going to launch this down and see if that attracts him. Did I throw it too far into the water? Is he not interested in it because of that? Maybe I'll just throw one over here. Come on, horsey. Eat the hay. Now that's potentially him distracted. So next thing you do is then you select the reins, which is also in your taskbar, alright, which is number 8 there that I've just selected, and I'm going to sneak up behind him and I'm going to jump on his back. Yes, he's subduing, so you can sneak up on him and hit E on him and you jump on him. Alright, now, this brings up 4 bars, including an anger bar and an obedience bar. The obedience bar is what you want to get up to, so he's running around randomly here. I am controlling him, but he's the one running in all these random directions. So his obedience bar is what you're trying to get up full, and once it hits full, you have him tamed. But he also has an anger bar, and it's the anger bar, then once it gets full, he will knock you off, he will buck you off the horse. And that generally will always get up higher. It depends what level that you are taming, but that will get up higher than your obedience bar. You can see it's going up way quicker here. And therefore he will buck me off at some point, and I will have to redo that process. Now at some point here shortly, there is going to be a wee mini game, alright, and you'll see it come up on the screen where I have to hit left and right when it comes up, and the quicker you are at that, the better you are at that, then the faster he will actually tame. So I'm going to have to do this process a couple of times. This is a fairly high level horse. In fact, it's a higher level horse than I've tried to tame before. So it's probably going to take me a bit of time to get this guy done. If you look how slow the obedience bar is going up compared to the anger bar, like, I mean, I could end up doing this quite a few times. But for now, so here's the anger's up full, and he is about to go berserk, okay? Which means this is the mini game starting, so you have to click the left and right mouse button as often and as much as it's telling you to, and that brings the anger back down, which is useful. So if you're better at that, then it'll keep you on the horse. Now once you feel that, and once the anger stays at full or gets max, it will buck you off. But the more successful you are at that, then the less times he'll buck you off, basically. But you can see here the obedience bar is going up much slower than the anger bar. Now what a lot of people do, and it makes complete sense, is they build a wee corral to put the horse into. So when you originally jump onto him the first time, you ride him into just a wee tiny wooden palisaded off area. It can be fairly small. He's about to go berserk again, so I need to concentrate on my left and right clicking here. It is just a simple mini game, but the more the better you are at it, the more it reduces anger, and then I believe it impacts the ranking here at the bottom as well, which increases your chance. I believe increases your chance to get better stats and stuff on the horse. But yeah, some people would create a corral then, and would ride a horse into the corral so that when you get bucked off, the horse can't go very far. So if I get bucked off here, which I am assuming I will at some point, this horse can go as far as he wants. Now I'm in a slightly open area. I know this area. I know that there's cheetahs and some wolves up in that direction, so I don't want him to run that way. But hopefully if he runs away from me, he'll run that way where the deer and stuff are, and I'll be able to just jump back on him. But for now, we'll see how well I can get away with this mini game, and maybe you see that break loose button. There we go. So he's angry now, and he's gonna run away, and I'm just gonna back away from him. So he's bucked me off because his anger bar there got up, well, his break free bar got up full. So I'm just gonna let him run away. He's going the way I don't want him to go, but just back away. Hopefully he comes back this way. So he's calming down a bit. If I jump right back on him now, he will still have a high enough anger bar, so I don't want to do that immediately. But I'm not going to lose any of my obedience that I have gained so far. Is going to stay. Are you interested in that, Habil, mister? Excuse me. He doesn't appear to be too interested in it. Okay. What about that one? Too far away from you? Sometimes they're not as clean with how close you have to throw it to them. Sometimes they go to it from quite a distance away, and other times they pay it no notion at all. So that's why you need to make sure you've crafted plenty of haze. I'm still crafting some down the right hand corner, just in case I need them. I'm going to throw this one really close to him. No interest at all. So this will take a bit of time, particularly when you're going for a higher level horse. If they're not showing it any interest. So that one got him. Now there's hay bales everywhere, so you'd like to think he'll show interest in one of them at some point. But all the while, I'm not too annoyed that he's not going towards these hay bales at the minute, because all the while his anger bar is decreasing, but the obedience bar is staying exactly where it was. So I'm not losing out on anything. It was always going to take time. Oh, he can see me. I'll just back away. It's really showing these no interest whatsoever. And this is why I'm making so many. Oh, no. You don't see me here. Now, see, this is going to spook him. If I get to there, he's spooked. Might just take the reins out and go for him again. So you can do that. You can just run at him and get at him, but it's generally easier. I find it easier to keep him distracted. But if you want to, then you can do what I just did there, and you take the reins out and just run at him. Okay, he's about to go to berserk. See, that's quite quick. If you look at the break loose bar there, then it's staying down as I successfully click the button that it's telling me to click. So the more of those, obviously, that you get accurately, it seems easier than what it is, but well, yeah, because you have to. Well, I suppose it's slightly harder now because I'm concentrating on recording the video as well, but you have to do it quite quickly because that break loose bar does go up quite quickly, so you have to be concentrating on it. But yes, it is simple in concept as well. Of course. So if you see here now at the bottom, I have jumped back on it too quickly, and it's saying that the horse is angry, you cannot gain any more affection with it. So I am going to just let him buck me off, and I'm just going to chill away here a while. And let his anger reduce, and then I will be able to get back on him. Now, I'm probably going to end up fast forwarding through some of this because it's going to take quite a while to actually tame him, but essentially you're just doing what you've seen so far over and over until that obedience bar is full. As I say, you can make the corral and put him in it, and then that would make it easier when you have to go. It'll make it easier then when he's bucking you off, because he's not going to go anywhere. He's not going to go very far, because for now I just have to wait. So I'm just going to wait a while for his obedience to for his anger to reduce, so that I can get back on him and increase the obedience again. So as I say, I'll fast forward to this next part, but it's just rinse and repeat. You see there, it showed when I get up close enough to it, it says horse is subduing, but it says in brackets that it is angry. So that's when you know you can't just jump on it again. Because it's actually taken this horse so long for its anger to subdue, I am actually gonna bring it into the corral. We have a corral up in our base for this reason. So I am gonna sneak up on him, and I am going to, even though I'm not going to get obedience for it, I'm going to jump on him. I'm going to ride him up into the corral just to keep him there. And as it's a fairly nice horse. So you'll see here, it appears that I am steering this all over the place, but the horse is constantly fighting and wants to go in random directions. I'm obviously trying to run it up this path, but it's veering off in all sorts of different ways. So it makes the journey a lot further than it otherwise would be. I'm just gonna jump straight back on him. I'm not gaining any affection anyway, as is. Just gonna go berserk again. Another thing to note is your reins that you brought can actually break. So the higher level of horse you're going for, the more reins you should bring with you, because they can break. And then, as I said earlier, plenty of hair, whatever food you're using as well. Bring lots of both, because depending on the level of horse, you will need more and more of each. Don't like travelling this level of distance with the horse when he's not under control, because he could run into any number of things and get him killed, like bears and wolves and stuff. Especially if I lose control over him, which is a decent possibility here. Oof, okay. But if I get him up the road and into the base, it could be worth it. There we go. So he's in the corral. Took a whole lot of effort to get him in there, but he's in here now. And because he's angry, he's going to run around for a while, and I'm going to let his anger dissipate. And then I'm going to get back on him, and I'm going to do the process again. Just need to make sure I don't let him out through this door. You see in there, he will start to calm down, and I will fast forward all of this until he is calmed down, and I will jump on him again. So this horse took me a lot longer to tame than I thought it would. As I said earlier, it's the first horse I've tried to tame in a while, the first of this high level. I'm speeding through everything here just to show, but I had more than 10 different attempts at riding it to bring up the obedience. If you're taming your first horse at a low level, you probably do something similar to what I did, and it only needed 2 different attempts at riding it to bring the obedience up. Obviously, as the horse level increases and the horse quality increases, then it's a lot more effort. So this took much longer, as I said, than I was expecting. But essentially, it's just the same thing over and over and over. You get on you throw the hay down. It distracts the horse. You sneak up behind it, you get on the horse, and you ride it as much as you can before it kicks you off. Eventually, it will always kick you off, but the better you are at clicking between your right click and your left click, your mouse clicking, then the longer that you'll be able to keep it, keep on the horse, basically, which is useful. Also, a good way of checking, it seems also that the level of the horse dictates how long it stays angry for. So you've seen there earlier I was throwing a lot of hay and the horse wasn't going anywhere near it. That's because it was still angry. I've since discovered that. A good way to check if it's still angry is, if you're willing to waste the hay, is just to throw it. If it pays it no heed, that means it's still angry, and you have to wait longer for its anger to go down before you get back on it. You can also try and get up close to it, and it will tell you that it's still angry beside beside the horse's name. It'll say that it's still angry. I'm not sure though if maybe sneaking up on it like that might make the anger meter take longer to go down. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it seems like it might. So I was just staying away from it, and I was wasting my hay throwing it from a distance, and when he wasn't going near it, then I knew that I had to wait longer. But as I say, a lower level horse, you will not have to wait as long for its anger to go down, and you'll be able to tame it a lot quicker, which makes sense, of course. If you want the high level horse, then you got to put a lot more effort and time into it. But as you see here in the background, I did manage to get him tamed. It took quite a few hours. Most of that time was waiting time, but still, it has to be done, as I say, to let the anger go down. For now, that's my summary and my first video of horse taming. As I learn more, I will do a second video about it once I get sure of those different things that I talked about there. I'll have to do it a lot more testing to work out exactly what the different mechanics do, particularly around the quality down at the bottom. Obviously, the more you stay on the horse and the more longer you ride it for, the more the quality increases. But I'm not sure about a couple of things surrounding that, so I'll do more testing, and then I'll do another video explaining that more in depth. For now, this was just a basic, this is how you tame horses, and as I say, the next one will be a bit more in depth. But I'm going to leave it there for now. Again, if you've liked this video, give me a subscribe and a like, and any comments to make, blah blah blah. But for now, wherever you are, goodbye and good luck.